How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here. It's Veronica Mars, Season 2 time. Excited to get into this and basically see how are we going to evolve from, how groundbreaking Season 1 was. I mean, I just really loved the focus on it. Of course, from the very get-go all the way through until the final episode, we were focused mainly on the whole situation and who killed Lily. We got that answer obviously with the last episode, but I did love, of course, throughout the series, little bits and pieces that would come up and all of that in terms of other cases, not particularly in relation to what happened to Lily, but it was very interesting, like especially with how heavy some of the subjects were really. So yeah, but I'm really excited to see how things are gonna go when it comes to Season 2, what they have in mind. So hopefully they do go bigger and better, because you always like to see an evolution of sorts. And I feel like with the writing, I feel like Veronica Mars is capable of that. So we'll just have to wait and see what just happens. So why don't we get into this episode of Veronica Mars? It's the first episode of Season 2. Let's go.
Check. Boyfriend? Check. Lily's killer behind bars? Check.
A waitress will be right with you.
Normal job.
Are getting the death penalty?
I just wish fewer of my classmates showed up here.
Calvin Moore. One?
So I'm guessing her and Logan are hunky-dory again, considering boyfriend, check.
I just gotta go act for you. You gotta pick sides in this town these days.
Contrast to this time last season, of course, where she was
Figures none of
outcasted.
the rich kids failed their drug test, huh? Well, I got a jet. See you around, Veronica.
Oh boy.
You sleep well.
But given the medical bills, Dad's convalescence, and Mom running off with 50 grand, he had to listen when the crime reporter from the San Diego Tribune secured a book advance for his story.
What I did know was that Mr. Kane was lying about the circumstances of his
Your
death.
dad's hot.
Wow! She's right there!
Logan.
Hey, Veronica.
No surprise there, given the last scene we saw Logan.
Up with me, you accuse me of killing Lily.
Yeah. Oh my god!
One down. Oh, son. You don't know what you just did.
Oh my god, he just yeeted Weevil in the face!
Why don't you do me a favor and drop that knife?
Oh, hell no, he got planted! There's no way! Oh my
God, Logan.
For everyone.
It's not a... I mean... This is on the same night as well, with Aaron getting arrested.
You didn't call me back last night.
Don't go get no girl on me.
And I got kicked off the basketball team. I failed my drug test. I'm booted from
What the hell?
You don't do drugs.
Yeah.
No duh.
And then there was that guy who
It
was
wasn't just
clean.
me. 5 of us total failed. Seal it with this piece of tape. And then they make you sign the tape.
And then what?
Then they send it to a lab. And if the seal is broken, the lab is supposed to reject it.
Oh, I'm gonna look back on this video and it'd be like, oh, I look like an idiot. It's a good job I just realized now, but why was there white tack attached to my headphones and I just didn't see it until now? Eh? I don't even know how it got there. I don't even know how it got there. I just look and I'm like, is that white tack on my head? Yeah. So... yeah. The perks of having 2 monitors, by the way, because of the fact that I wouldn't have noticed this if I had the 1 monitor. Well, I have 3 monitors, but 2 with the OBS screen, of course. So yeah. Oh, that's gonna be embarrassing. That's not gonna look good when it comes to... I'm gonna try and keep the first, 10 minutes as minimal as possible on the YouTube edit, just because of that. I don't want that. Yeah. I'll hope that my side head is taking up the majority. Ugh. God's sake. I hate it here. I hate life.
To be ignored at lunch today.
He's skipping the first couple days of school. He's visiting his dad.
Well, why would he want to do that?
Well, I'm guessing the charges got dropped if he's, like, able to
I'll say
visit.
this. There was something much easier about having a secret relationship. But I...
In front of Duncan as well.
Logan and Duncan don't speak anymore. I guess that's what happens when your best friend starts dating your ex.
Ugh.
He ruined my life, but he doesn't have the cojones, trust me.
Who?
You
This
never
kid,
know.
the sophomore. They call him Butters. You know, he was climbing the pegboard in gym class before
South
PE
Park?
last year.
Yeah, I mean, that Butters wouldn't have the cojones, is definitely. Oh, jeez.
I used to think she was a friend, but yeah.
A long time
think
ago?
about it, she'd have no reservations, and she definitely has a talent to pull it off. Let me know if you have any luck tracking her down, okay?
Can't think of who you mean.
The passing motorist who probably saved Logan's life called 911, then he left the scene before the police arrived.
Oh, wow.
The knife that killed Felix was never found. Logan's high-priced lawyers crushed the PCHers who testified against Logan in evidence to convict, so 6 weeks after he was arrested, Logan walked. And the town went crazy. Another rich kid getting off scot-free.
It's not just that, though. But, I mean, this is really soon after Aaron was discovered to have killed Lily, as well as, you know, the shady shit he was doing with Lily as well before he killed her. And now it's going to be this whole case of, like father, like son, Aaron's got a very aggressive temperament, and now, you know, Logan has, you know, killed someone. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we have this inkling that Logan didn't do shit, but tell that to the people who are just feeling the ramifications of, well, not just the fact that, you know, news is going to get out, oh, Aaron has done this, but it's the fact that some people have lost their trust in him as someone to idolize, because there will be some people that will have idolized Aaron, and it's like, well, yeah, never idolize your celebrities, really, so...
It's this. I behave myself, and she doesn't leave me. So please, tell her nothing, other than I worship the ground on which she treads.
I'm leaving now.
On which she treads. You might want to write that down.
I think he's not going to forget it.
Butters?
Butters is the name of the weak loser suck-up on South Park. Butters implies soft, fat.
I'm glad that they didn't skim on the joke.
We'll take your head off if I tell him you're the reason he's off football this year.
You know what? I don't think he will. Hey, Pop. Son.
Oh, no, not neptuism. Not neptuism. Marijuana use is negative for all illegal substances.
Ingest an illegal substance, but it was such a mild dose that you weren't even aware of it. Eat any mystery brownies lately?
I'm just thinking about Veronica like, you know, the trip to the dentist? And, you know, how Veronica was spiked, but we had this whole mystery about who did what. And deep down, of course, there was that girl that spiked, you know, accidentally, I guess. I'd say accidentally because I don't know. I don't think she had any intent to, you know, spike her. But obviously, she had intent to spit in her drink. So yeah, could be that whole situation where someone, you know, yeah, he didn't even know what he was digesting. Did Wallace, as well as the 4 other people that yeah, didn't do anything yet. Failed their drugs test, so...
What I'm trying to say is I'm in love with you.
Love is the ship name for these two.
Past second base.
Oh, I was gonna say, did I... Oh my god!
Class project. Come on, you're a man. Can you give him some pointers?
Wallace,
Oh, God.
you try turning the water on?
The cliche.
Also, pinching your own nipples can sometimes
My
hurt.
God! No! God's sake!
It hurt.
It's probably nothing.
You beckoned?
If I know the name of a corporation, how do I find out the names of its shareholders?
Oh.
You get the strangest homework in health class.
Can you keep your trap shut if we tell you why we need it?
Walt and Bunny Day.
Wait, what do they have?
Jimmy Day's parents. Our starting quarterback. Well, we know why he passed his drug test. We got him.
Damn. See, narrow it down. Interesting.
Normal is the watchword.
Normal is the watchword. And normal is boring. Uh-oh.
Only in 4.
We're gonna go kill the grass in the Pan High football field, spell out Pan sucks.
Which it does.
Ish. I mean, he seems
The
a bit...
next day, the community pool at the city park somehow caught on fire. The city had to close it down for the rest of the summer.
Jesus
Of course,
Christ.
all
It's a Rice Krispie treat.
Gee, Mom, you're the best. But I'll pass. You know,
Wait.
Mom's, you right?
Remember? God, you're retarded.
And yet it's a miracle that I managed to score 400 points higher than you on my
Yeah, boys, you don't want me to tell your father you couldn't play nice.
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We've got Willow. We got Cordy. We are doing this. All right. Okay. We now need her and Trina to be in the same scene together, just to keep the Buffy fan in me, you know, happy. Right? I'm happy. Cordy. Awesome. I was like, I heard that voice is recognizable.
Hi.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Whoa, 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 what? Whoa, what? What happened? What the hell happened? Oh my God. So, I'm guessing, I don't know. I mean, obviously Logan wasn't exactly getting himself into any cleaner shenanigans with Dick and Beaver and all of that. As we saw when he was, you know, catching up. And then there's also the heckling and all of that. Yeah. Jeez. You don't expect until you see his face. Like, wait, what was that? Yeah. So, because you're not expecting Logan and Veronica to have broken up, and for Veronica to have gotten back with Duncan, and now, yeah. So, what the hell? Ay.
got a bit complicated this summer.
Yeah, you
It sorted
think?
itself out nicely.
I hate it here.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Kristen, what
Did
the
I
hell
mention
is this
that you didn't take
episode? What the hell is this episode? I mean, first you have Charisma Carpenter show up. Then we have this whole revelation. Yeah, Veronica's not actually with Logan. She's actually with Duncan. So, you know, chew on that. Now Kristen Ritter is showing up. All in the space of 5 minutes. This episode is just trying to break me.
Someone's gonna get killed, Logan.
Someone already has. Did you forget that already?
It just feels like
Most
his
of the
life
people
has
in
gone
this town
down in
think I did it.
tatters.
Those people you call toadies are my friends. They've got my back.
It's not about protection, Logan. It's about pride.
Yeah,
My
this
mom is dead. My girlfriend is dead. My dad is a murderer. And the only person I still care about is dumping me. You think I'm having fun? Answer me, okay? Just tell me that.
You don't talk to my daughter that way. You're leaving now, and you're never
I
coming
mean,
back.
that was aggressive there for Logan. You could see how a bit rattled Veronica was there.
Coming?
I gotta stop meeting like this.
Don't tell me!
I love baseball. The home run.
Nah! No way!
I'll admit it. I'm no purist. Give
What
me
the
an
hell?
11-9 slug.
I don't always dress like this. I didn't know if you guys were doing like relaxed beachy or the West Coast wannabe East Coast urban. So, FYI, it's not a statement. We're just doing the new school blend-in thing.
Still assessing.
Gas bus back to Neptune. My dad sent in a limo. Would you and your girlfriend, whose quick wit I find enchanting,
Yeah.
like to take a trip back
Dick,
in style?
piss off.
This dumbass.
Uh-oh. Oh, so, yeah, Meg's gonna hate
All right,
Veronica
Duncan, I
even
can't
further,
take this
isn't
anymore.
she? Like,
I'm gonna go try and talk to Meg one more time. You ride in the limo, because I think it's gonna be easier if we're not together.
You don't owe.
because she was with Duncan, and now Veronica's with Duncan, and it's like, well, this is just salt on the wound, isn't it?
Tell him thanks for me.
When my dad finds out about this, he's not gonna let me wash his hands.
So who's your favorite player?
Tell him. Be honest.
It's Johnny Bennett, isn't it?
He's so
Stop!
funny.
I do kind of feel a bit for
Heard through the
Meg.
grapevine that Duncan broke up with Meg on the last day of school. Whether that had anything to do with learning we weren't half siblings, I don't know.
Yeah,
You'd have to
yeah.
ask him.
Damn. Damn. Smooth.
I'm sorry Meg is hurting. Truly sorry. But I can't say I have any regrets.
I mean, that's it though. It just I do sympathize a bit for Meg here.
Here, right? I mean, you're not gonna shoot me, are you?
In before.
Yeah.
All here.
Yo! What the fuck, Meg?
Broke his ribs. They gave him a concussion. Yet somehow he managed to wrestle
You
away
weren't.
one of their
You
knives
weren't
and stab
around.
Felix.
Like you weren't conscious.
You were
Yeah.
out cold.
So I guess Felix stabbed himself?
Well, somebody stabbed
Or
him.
someone
My boys?
set Logan up.
Nothing goes down in the club without... Hop on.
He caves so easily, doesn't he? But Veronica's got a way of words against him. So, uh-oh. Isn't that the limo that Dick said he was...
It just went straight off the cliff. It didn't even slow down.
What?
They're all dead.
What?
They're all dead.
Happens accidentally.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, what? So Meg was... Oh my god. Yo, that is mental. That is mental. Yo, what the hell? Shit. Alright, okay. I mean, a very interesting start. Very interesting in regards to, okay, well, I'm already hooked to see what this season's going to do, because, as I said in the beginning, I wasn't sure how, like, I mean, it's so funny, though, because you just never know, like, especially after something strong like what happened to Lily. How are they going to up the ante and all of that, right? Because it's like, and you always underestimate things because, yeah, but it's great. It's great that we are so locked in. We are so hooked. I mean, this episode was just mental for me, not just in terms of what they are setting up for this season. We got Charisma Carpenter here. We got Kristen Ritter here. What the hell? Like, those span of 5 minutes was just sending me into Liam EXE has stopped responding. Because it wasn't just them appearing, it was also the revelation, yeah, Duncan, by the way, is now with Veronica, and it's like, whoa, let me process this. So, yeah, this was mental. All I can just think is, what if Veronica did not get off that bus? She would have died. Yo, what a ripple effect that would have been, right? Like, what could... That's it now. I am thinking in my head, like, what kind of alterations in this universe would have happened if Veronica was on that bus? But Meg is dead, basically. Like, I mean, to be fair, obviously, we don't know. There is just this idea that everyone is basically dead. We haven't seen everyone getting pulled out and all of that, so there could be one survivor, but I mean, I imagine they would all pretty much be dead, or I don't know. Holy shit. Yeah. And it's so funny because this season is already trying to go bigger than obviously what happened to Lily. I mean, now that was a pretty big thing to focus on with the characters we established and the fact that Veronica was BFFs with Lily. So it already felt big, but I feel like, okay, well, you got to go bigger, right? In terms of it's a new season. You want to make something in terms of the mystery of this season. You want to make that stand out tall. You want to make that really, really impactful. And well, we have two scenarios going on here, because we've got this whole accusation where Logan apparently stabbed one of the bikers, but we have that feel. It's the whole situation of Abel Koontz all over again. We know he didn't do it. But it's also not looking good for him. And it's the same situation here. Like, I think deep down we know that Logan didn't stab that biker. But it's not looking good for him in terms of how he is seemingly going off the deep end in terms of fraternizing with Dick and Beaver, causing all of these things, even though we haven't seen anything come about of it. So, but yeah, I mean, the attitude to be fair, the whole stabbing incident happened before he fraternized with Dick and Beaver, because this was during the course of the last episode, wasn't it? So yeah, but yeah, I mean, there is that, and now we have this. Okay, what happened? Like, we need to know what the hell happened. So yeah, with this whole bus incident. So, oof. Holy shit, though. Holy shit. Like I said, though, there was those 5 minutes where I froze. I don't know if my OBS played up as well, but I certainly played up because, well, it was more so seeing Kristen Ritter because, I mean, you have that revelation that, hey, there's Charisma Carpenter. Hey, there is this moment of Veronica and Duncan. Yeah. And now we have this whole situation of Kristen Ritter showing up. I don't know if she's going to be a regular. I don't know if Kristen's going to be a regular. I don't know if it's going to be like Alison Hannigan showing up every now and again, I guess. But I'm here for it. I'm so happy. I was so like I heard Charisma's voice and I'm like, hold on, I recognize that voice anywhere. And then I'm just waiting for her to take the shades off. Boom. So yeah, and then just seeing Kristen, just like I'm like So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was a very, very interesting way to pick up things because there was a lot that came out about this episode. Even the whole failed drug testing thing was very, very minimal, to be fair. Like, I felt like they really, really rushed that if I'm gonna find stuff to poke at in terms of critiques and all of that. They definitely it definitely felt a bit rushed to get to this whole situation of the bus incident and as well as the other revelations in mind, introducing these new characters and all of that. So yeah, and whereas obviously we had pardon me, we had the whole situation of the parents of the kids. They wanted to push them up, so they paid someone to falsify any positives. Like I said, it did feel a bit okay. We're rushing through this. That's how I felt when it came to the whole. Because usually, I think when it comes to Veronica Mars, usually these cases, even if they're not focusing on the I guess the main arc and all of that, they usually do spread till the very end of the episode. This was like halfway through, really. So yeah. But there was a lot to handle, I felt like, in terms of okay, let's explain what happened between the last episode and this episode, especially with Duncan and Veronica. So, because that's it, though. I was thinking, especially when Veronica mentioned boyfriend in the present tense, I was like, oh, so she got back with Logan. Okay, cool. As I was expecting, because everything would have been cleared up, and especially with what happened to Aaron, you were expecting, okay, well, Veronica's gonna be absolutely there and then some, should I say, for Logan, because he's gonna be he's gonna be completely lost. So yeah, and then we find out that she broke up with Logan. So and I mean, to be fair, things are getting more and more concerning, as I've said, with him accompanying Dick and Beaver to cause all of this shit, basically. It is just sad, though, because he is in a complete mess. He's in complete disarray. So, and this is not going to help whatsoever. I mean, he even said it himself, and he's not trying to excuse anything, but the facts are there. We've got his mother who's died, and this all happened, and this is all so close as well, like with Lynn dying, and now his dad's a murderer. Even his sister has decided to take the story and run with it, and now and not just that, though, but to find out that your own dad killed your own girlfriend, it's going to leave a really disgusting taste. And now you got Veronica breaking up with him because of how he is because of how he is trying to get back at the community and all of that. So yeah, and it's not okay, obviously, for him to do all of this shit, but at the same time, yeah. So what he did, his violence and all of that, it isn't really okay whatsoever. And yeah, I mean, obviously, as well as the fact that you've got the public as well damning his name, I mean, that's also to add on to the list of detriments that's affecting Logan. But at the same time, it is a really, really sad scenario that he's going through. Yeah, you can't excuse what he's doing. At the same time, it's just really sad. It's just really heartbreaking. So, and Veronica, can't allow him to drag her down, like with his outbursts, with how much trouble he's getting himself into. Yeah. So yeah, but oh, I was very, very intrigued to see how this episode came about. In terms of like, okay, well, what are we going to set up for season 2? So yeah, because like I said, I think the whole failed drug thing, it started off really, really neatly, but it did feel a bit rushed. So we could elucidate the point of what this season's going to encompass, as well as new characters as well. So yeah, but as well as the kind of dilemma that Veronica finds herself in, really, when it comes to, look at where she was this time last season, and now, you've got people pointing at her saying, "Oh, you're a pro 09er, basically," and yeah, so. But I even loved that little that little scene that really saved Veronica's life, I guess you could now say, with Veronica and Weevil. So yeah, and it is really, really great that Weevil has come to the point where he is, it's not like he's completely cut Veronica out of his life. So yeah. He knows what Veronica is like, and yeah, like, even though that she is being, accused of being a pro 09er, basically, she knows how to look at both sides, basically, and look out for those who are feeling wronged. So yeah, so that scene where he is still gonna give her, like, after Meg inadvertently saved her life, at the cost of her own as well, potentially. He's still willing to help Veronica out. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really investing this episode. I'm just like I do love the fact that we are setting up 2 mysteries, basically. I don't know if one's going to get resolved by the midway point, or if they are both getting... Because you imagine one of them... you imagine one of them is going to get drawn out, because I don't imagine this was just a standard accident for the bus to just veer off the cliff. This was someone who decided to fuck around, especially with this whole debacle with the 09, like with the 09ers and the non-09ers. I feel like things are going to go to extreme lengths, and someone might have taken it a bit too far, basically. So yeah. But it makes for a very, very tantalizing story as well, like this whole debacle between the 09ers and those who aren't, the rich and the not so rich. It makes for a very, very interesting debacle, because I feel like you can really raise the tensions, and it definitely has, if someone has decided to screw around with the bus. So yeah. And I feel like this really does raise the stakes. I mean, I feel like with Lily, not to mitigate anything or the severity of it, because it was pretty massive stuff, but I feel like with Lily, that is pretty much smaller scaled in a sense. And yet they still made it feel important, not just because of Veronica's ties to Lily and how important she was to Duncan, but because in universe as well, she was a descendant of the Canes, and they were already established to be a pretty prominent group, a prominent family, should I say. So yeah, but this does feel massive in terms of especially with escalations of the rich and those who aren't rich. So I do love how they are going all out here. So it's pretty interesting, as well as the fact that they are really tying this to who, like, who actually knifed that person in Weevil's gang. Because again, we have this inkling that it's not Logan, but there is this mystery, and we love to see it. So we got two mysteries going on here, and it's like so yeah. But pretty awesome stuff. Looking forward to see how the season does fare. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!